Signs and Prophecies Part 5. The Enigma of the Third Temple, Perspectives and Prophecies. Welcome, viewers, to a comprehensive exploration of the Third Temple in Jerusalem, a site that holds profound significance across three major Abrahamic religions: Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. Join us as we delve into the historical context, religious perspectives, and the intriguing prophetic role this sacred structure plays in the end times. Section 1: Jewish Perspective. In the heart of Jerusalem, the saga of the Temple Mount unfolds. The first temple, constructed by King Solomon, stood as a beacon of divine presence until its destruction by the Babylonians in 586 BCE. The second temple, rebuilt after the Babylonian exile, met a similar fate in 70 CE, at the hands of the Romans. Since then, the longing for the Third Temple has been embedded in Jewish prayers and collective consciousness. The significance of the Third Temple in the end times holds immense importance in Jewish eschatology and religious beliefs. It is deeply rooted in prophetic scriptures and represents a key element in the Messianic era. Here's an in-depth exploration of the significance of the Third Temple for Jews in the end times. Fulfillment of prophecy. The anticipation of the Third Temple is intricately tied to the fulfillment of biblical prophecies, particularly in the books of Ezekiel and Daniel. These prophecies outline the rebuilding of the Temple as a precursor to the Messianic age. Restoration of divine presence. The construction of the Third Temple is seen as a symbolic restoration of the divine presence among the Jewish people. The belief is that the Shekinah, the dwelling of God's presence, will return to the Holy of Holies within the temple, marking a profound connection between God and His chosen people. Reinstatement of sacrificial worship. The Third Temple is expected to bring a reinstatement of sacrificial worship, as practiced in the First and Second Temples. The resumption of these rituals is considered an integral part of the divine plan for redemption and spiritual renewal. Unity of the Jewish people. The construction of the Third Temple is believed to serve as a unifying force among the Jewish people. It is seen as a moment that will unite Jews from diverse backgrounds, fostering a sense of national and religious cohesion. Arrival of the Messiah. In Jewish eschatology, the rebuilding of the Third Temple is intricately linked to the arrival of the Messiah, a figure who will bring about the ultimate redemption and establish an era of peace and righteousness. The Messiah is expected to play a pivotal role in the construction and consecration of the temple. Transformation of the world. The advent of the Third Temple is thought to mark a transformative period for the entire world. The Messianic era is envisioned as a time of universal peace, justice, and knowledge of God. The Third Temple, as a central symbol in this vision, represents the spiritual and ethical transformation of humanity. Preparation for the final redemption. The construction of the Third Temple is considered a crucial step in preparing for the final redemption of the Jewish people. It is believed that the rebuilding of the temple will signal the beginning of a series of events leading to the ultimate redemption and the establishment of God's kingdom on earth. While there are various interpretations and beliefs surrounding the specifics of the Third Temple's role in the end times, its significance remains a central theme in Jewish theology, fostering hope, unity, and a deep connection to the divine promises outlined in sacred scriptures. For Jews, the Third Temple represents the ultimate fulfillment of prophecies, a symbol of redemption and spiritual renewal. Its reconstruction is intricately tied to the coming of the Messiah and the Messianic age. The anticipation of this monumental event is palpable, with various signs and occurrences believed to be precursors. Section 2: Christian Perspective. In Christianity, the association of the Third Temple with eschatological events is deeply rooted in the New Testament, particularly in the Book of Revelation and other prophetic scriptures. The Third Temple is regarded as a significant element in the unfolding drama of God's ultimate plan for humanity, especially in the context of the end times. Here's an in-depth exploration of Christianity's perspective on the Third Temple. Book of Revelation. The primary source for Christian beliefs about the end times is the Book of Revelation, also known as the Apocalypse of John. In Revelation, the Apostle John describes a series of visions that he received, including a vision of a new heaven and a new earth. Central to these visions is the mention of a temple. Symbolic and literal interpretations. The interpretation of the third temple in Christianity often involves both symbolic and literal elements. Some Christians interpret the references to the temple in Revelation as symbolic representations of the church or the dwelling place of God among believers. Others take a more literal approach, anticipating the physical rebuilding of a temple in Jerusalem. The temple and end-time events. Several key events associated with the end times in Christianity are linked to the presence of a temple. These events include the rise of the Antichrist, the Great Tribulation, and the Second Coming of Christ. The temple is often seen as a focal point for these events, signifying a critical phase in God's plan for the culmination of history. Abomination of desolation. A pivotal concept related to the third temple in Christian eschatology is the abomination of desolation, a term found in both the Old and New Testaments. In the context of the end times, it is associated with an act of sacrilege or desecration within the temple, marking a significant event that precedes the second coming of Christ. Restoration of worship. The rebuilding of the temple is viewed by some Christian interpretations as a precursor to the restoration of sacrificial worship. This restoration is often associated with a renewed covenant between God and His people, as well as the establishment of Christ's millennial reign on earth. Alignment with Jewish expectations. Some Christian eschatological perspectives align with Jewish expectations regarding the rebuilding of the temple, emphasizing a shared anticipation of a significant structure in the end times. This alignment underscores the interconnectedness of certain eschatological beliefs across the Abrahamic faiths. Unity of prophecy. The third temple serves as a unifying element in Christian eschatology, connecting various prophetic threads found throughout the Bible. The temple-related prophecies are seen as part of a grand narrative that leads to the ultimate victory of Christ over evil and the establishment of God's eternal kingdom. In summary, the association of the third temple with eschatological events in Christianity is complex, involving symbolic and literal interpretations. It serves as a focal point in the unfolding drama of God's plan for humanity, connecting various prophecies and events leading to the ultimate realization of God's kingdom. Section 3: Muslim Perspective. In Islam, the Temple Mount holds profound significance, particularly with the presence of the Dome of the Rock. While Islam does not explicitly outline the concept of a third temple, the Dome of the Rock's association with various eschatological events creates a unique narrative that underscores the interconnectedness of Abrahamic faiths. Here's an in-depth exploration of Islam's perspective on the Temple Mount and the Dome of the Rock. The Dome of the Rock. The Dome of the Rock, situated on the Temple Mount in Jerusalem, is one of the most iconic structures in Islam. It was built during the late 7th century and is distinguished by its golden dome and intricate mosaics. The Dome of the Rock is not a mosque for congregational prayers but rather a shrine with historical and spiritual significance. The Night Journey of the Prophet Muhammad. The Dome of the Rock is traditionally associated with the Isra and Miraj, the night journey of the Prophet Muhammad. According to Islamic tradition, the Prophet was transported from Mecca to Jerusalem on the winged horse Borak, and from there ascended through the heavens, meeting various prophets and ultimately encountering God. The rock inside the dome. The rock at the center of the Dome of the Rock, known as the foundation stone, is believed to be the point from which the Prophet Muhammad ascended to the heavens during the night journey. This rock holds profound spiritual significance in Islam. The eschatological connection. While Islamic teachings do not explicitly mention the construction of a third temple, the Dome of the Rock is associated with eschatological events. Islamic eschatology includes beliefs about the end times, the Day of Judgment, and the coming of Isa, Jesus, who is considered a prophet in Islam. The dome in prophecy. Some Islamic traditions allude to the Dome of the Rock playing a role in eschatological events. These traditions speak of the dome's significance during the end times, connecting it to the return of Isa, the defeat of the false Messiah, Dajjal, and the establishment of justice and peace. Interconnected narratives. The eschatological narratives surrounding the Dome of the Rock in Islam are parallel to, yet distinct from, Jewish and Christian eschatological expectations related to the Temple Mount. The interconnectedness of these narratives highlights shared historical and spiritual roots while allowing for unique perspectives within each faith tradition. Respect and coexistence. Islam emphasizes the importance of respecting religious sites, including the Dome of the Rock and the broader Temple Mount area. The significance of these sites is not limited to Islam, but is acknowledged as part of a broader religious heritage shared with Judaism and Christianity. In summary, the Dome of the Rock, situated on the Temple Mount, holds significant importance in Islam. While Islam does not explicitly mention the construction of a third temple, the dome's association with eschatological events reflects the interconnected nature of religious narratives across Abrahamic faiths. The shared reverence for this sacred site underscores the potential for respectful coexistence and mutual understanding among diverse religious communities. Section 4: Current Affairs, Challenges and Hopes. The Third Temple Mount, situated in Jerusalem, is a contentious and highly sensitive site that has been a focal point of tension and geopolitical struggles for many years. Various religious and political groups hold differing views on its governance, and as current events unfold, the potential for the reconstruction of the Third Temple becomes both a point of hope and contention, shaping the complex landscape of the Middle East. Religious significance. For Jews, the Temple Mount is the holiest site in Judaism, historically housing the First and Second Temples. The longing for the reconstruction of the Third Temple is deeply rooted in religious beliefs, as it is seen as a fulfillment of biblical prophecies and a restoration of divine worship. Current governance. The Temple Mount, also known as Haram al-Sharif in Islam, is currently under the custodianship of the Islamic Waqf, an Islamic religious trust. Israel maintains overall security control, but day-to-day administration is in the hands of the Waqf. This dual governance arrangement is a delicate compromise reflecting the religious significance of the site for both Jews and Muslims. Political struggles. The status of the Temple Mount has been a long-standing source of tension between Israel and the Palestinian Authority. Disputes over sovereignty, control, and access to the site have fueled political conflicts, often manifesting in protests and clashes. Hope for reconstruction. Many religious Jews and certain political factions in Israel view the reconstruction of the Third Temple as a symbol of national and religious pride. They believe that the temple's rebuilding will strengthen Israel's claim to Jerusalem as its undivided capital. Contention and opposition. The idea of reconstructing the Third Temple is met with strong opposition from various quarters, including some secular Israelis, Palestinians, and the broader Muslim world. Concerns center around potential repercussions for regional stability, as well as the impact on the fragile Israel-Palestinian peace process. International reactions. The potential reconstruction of the Third Temple has garnered attention on the international stage. Various countries and organizations express divergent views, with some supporting Israel's right to control its religious sites, while others emphasize the need for a solution that respects the religious sensitivities of all parties involved. Impact on Middle East dynamics. The Temple Mount issue is interconnected with broader Middle East dynamics, impacting relationships between Israel and neighboring Arab countries. The status of Jerusalem, especially the Old City and Temple Mount, is a significant factor in regional geopolitics. Broader implications. The potential reconstruction of the Third Temple is seen by some as a transformative event with broader implications for religious and geopolitical dynamics. It raises questions about coexistence, respect for diverse religious narratives, and the delicate balance required to navigate the complexities of the region. In summary, the Third Temple Mount's significance is deeply intertwined with religious, political, and historical narratives. As debates over its governance persist, the potential for reconstruction remains a point of both hope and contention, shaping the intricate and multifaceted landscape of the Middle East. The future of the Temple Mount will likely continue to be a complex issue with far-reaching implications for regional stability and international relations. Thank you for watching.